came across this popular self-improvement guy called Hamza, and my first impression was,
Mashallah, finally an Indian Muslim cult leader. Got to upgrade from telemarketing scams that target old women,
logging with your online banking so we can transfer the funds,
to that Jordan Peterson level of charlatan, you know?
I'm 100% sure of this. Take more responsibility, look after more people, become a leader, and you'll see that your beard will grow faster than ever.
and look at you now.
To be fair, just like Peterson, this guy doesn't seem like a scammer per se, but he does say some really funky shit.
Adonis has been on NoFap for so long that his streak is in Roman numerals, and Adonis looks around confused at the addictions of the modern man. He wonders why they don't just discipline themselves to retain their sexual urge and put it into their work.
Now, maybe I'm abnormal, but I'm pretty sure my sexual urges and my urge to do other things come from very different places. Literally. I've never thought to myself like, oh, I want to make a YouTube video today. Well, better go jack off. This doesn't make sense, right? Like, it wouldn't satisfy my urge to make that video.
When I was actually watching like the porn videos, it was like my mind was generating such negative thoughts. You're literally watching the woman that you want get by a different guy. You're acting like a cuck right now. It made me feel like shit, and I'm so glad that it did. But think about the self-image of the average guy on the street who still faps. He's automatically going to feel like a loser.
Okay, now I want to make fun of this, but this is just kind of sad now.
He knows how bad he feels after jacking off, but Jeffrey can't stop. He's addicted to the pleasure, the instant gratification. It feels so good up until he busts a nut, and all he's left with is guilt and shame.
I think there's a weird growing anti-sex puritanical line of thinking among some zoomers online now. Especially it seems for dudes that feel a little bit lost. If you find yourself feeling like deep shame for wanting to whack off, I can't say for sure, but that seems indicative of a deeper issue to me. Because I spank my monkey every night and I enjoy myself.
I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific.
Of course, if you do it too much and it starts affecting your relationships or your ability to do work, that's bad. Obviously, there are a lot of things that are great in moderation that you can overdo. There's a limit to how many carrots you can eat before it'll kill you. That doesn't mean carrots are unhealthy though, right?
I was in the gym speaking to my friend Scott about semen retention, and we were laughing and joking. We were saying that we were going to start a semen retention club because we were tired of giving girls all of our power.
Power, huh? Like what?
And he jokes that when you have sex with a girl, she'll always get stronger and more determined and ambitious, whereas the man turns into like a weak little bitch who's ready to eat Ben and Jerry's whilst watching Friends.
Wait, what's the joke there? Because it seems like you kind of believe it.
I think there is some weird godly truth to this idea of abstaining and keeping your masculine seed inside of you.
I think this is generally the problem I find with a lot of self-improvement dudes. Ignoring the bogus bro science for a minute, they just take shit way too far.
There are a million steps between recognizing, hey, maybe I engage in this activity in a kind of unhealthy way. If that is something you do, there's still a million steps between that and
This thing is the devil. I shall preach the virtues of protecting my viscous seed, for it is God and it belongs only in the balls. Millions, maybe billions of dudes jerk it almost every day.
they maybe do it once or twice if they have a bit of downtime, and the rest of the time they just go about their day doing normal shit. There are a lot of well-researched health benefits to it too, and it can actually aid in balancing your life a little. A lot of these self-improvement people, it feels like they're all about just pedal to the metal, you need to be grinding all the time. I get the feeling they're overcompensating for a time when they were miserable losers doing fuck all with their life. But it's like not everyone needs to go that far in the opposite direction.
What happens to a male animal after you castrate it? Let's say you have a male cat, you chop its balls off, you stop its ability to be able to have sex and reproduce. It turns docile. Is that not the same effect to when you're just jacking off and spilling your fucking seed everywhere?
What? No.
When an animal is castrated, they stop producing testosterone. That won't happen to you just because you splooge every now and then. Secondly, I think contrary to conventional belief, seems like there's not actually great evidence that the old snip snip makes an animal less aggressive.
Just always ask yourself this one question. Is your future self proud of the action that you're taking today? If he's not, if your future self is looking back and he's cringing at your actions and he's thinking, why the hell is this guy still fapping? Why is he still playing video games? Just do things for your future self.
There are some actions that you do that don't make you feel proud or shameful. I had a shave yesterday. That's something I do like every week. It didn't make me feel some kind of way. Like, what is the end goal for all this future grinding?
Jeffrey's life is getting worse and worse and worse. He doesn't realize it because day to day he's maximizing his enjoyment.
Okay, let me be clear. Working and being productive is good. Being disciplined and slowly incorporating good habits is an important skill. But that doesn't mean you have to do months of nofap or completely cut out video games or whatever. Unless you're truly addicted, which for some reason this guy seems to project onto everyone, then there's nothing wrong with indulging a little in these fun, chill activities that enrich your life. You don't want to be miserable and burn out from a constant hustle mindset. Also, a lot of this, just go to the gym, meditate, journal, touch a leaf, be productive, bros kind of advice can only take you so far, at least when it comes to making money or building relationships. Whereas by far the most important thing, which I don't see mentioned much by people like this, is that you need to acquire skills that make you valuable to other people. You can incorporate all the healthy habits and still go nowhere.
One thing that seems really consistent with these types of dudes is they all have a hardcore bio-essentialist or gender essentialist view of things. Very rigid opinions on like what masculinity and femininity are, or what it means to be a man and a woman.
Jeffrey is a weak, modern man. That means that he's been raised in a feminine household.
Like, you'll see signs of it littered throughout their content constantly.
Like, that throttled masculine essence inside of you just got slightly unleashed.
He does go a little overboard with how rigid he is with all this.
It is in women's inherent feminine energy to test men.
Hamza, what the hell are you talking about?
Like, yeah, there are generally differences between men and women, and some of that is attributed to biology.
But people like this just take it a step too far for me, and it just spills into bro crystal pseudoscience. Memes aside, I don't like these types of attitudes because I think it hinders people and their ability to explore the limits of who they are. It might stop them broadening their horizons and finding meaning or just enjoyment in activities or roles that they wouldn't expect to find it in, because society has kind of boxed you in with these so-called different energies or whatever. They're kind of saying that this is who you're meant to be.
Now, to be fair, unlike a lot of these manosphere or red pill type people, this guy actually doesn't seem to hate women.
And importantly, he seems to understand those who do and is good at reaching out to them.
I've personally been part of the group of young men who despise, are resentful to, and hate women. And I look back at those times, the reason is quite simply that I just didn't understand them and I thought they were some kind of different species. Can you guess why he hates sluts? Because they won't be his sluts.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Honestly, on the whole, this guy is not that bad. The issue with these people is they take some decent principles
Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.
and they just bolt with it. They take it to another planet.
Here's a little secret.
Self-improvement? It's actually not that hard.
For all the important principles, you only really need like one 10-minute video at most. But people need to hear this from a voice they relate or look up to, a person that they like. And guys like Hamza are good at giving those bigger brother vibes that, no offense, losers online kinda look for.
I'm trying to say he's not as hateful as people like Fresh and Fit, right? And I like this positive evolution in even this stupid part of YouTube, even though I'm sure there's plenty more I completely disagree with him on.
Generation of weak young men, and why? Because we don't have religion regulating us. Most of the guys who are being like sexist are blue pill, because if you're red pill, you just kind of like accept the natural order of things.
But all in all, if you lack confidence and you struggle to be productive, this guy might actually help you. Now, if only we could find more people with this kind of appeal, but with less of the surrounding nonsense, that would be great. Anyway, till next time, like and stuff, and peace.